Song Li Fai Lok, Gong Hee Fai Chow. Those are my two. So one is Cantonese. I think the first one was Cantonese. No, Song Li Fai Lok is Mandarin. Gong Hee Fai Chow is Cantonese. I'm also learning Korean, so that's Chinese. That's Cantonese and Mandarin, not Korean. But I am learning Korean. Why, you ask? That's none of your business. But I wanted to hop on to say Gong Hee Fa Chao because it is Chinese New Year, and at this point I believe in everything all the time for everyone and everybody. It's Ramadan, it's Lent. So there's a solar eclipse or something happening tomorrow. Mercury's in Pisces. There's a lot going on. But I just wanted to say Gong Hee Fa Chao and welcome to 2020. I was about to say 2027. In my mind, I'm already in 2027, which is fine. But yeah, how's the year been so far? It's February 25th, and my year has been good. I haven't made a video, but I have been keeping up with my podcast, so I'm very happy about that because I kind of fallen off of those two. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause because somebody walked into the house. Yeah, the year has been super interesting in the best possible panic, frantic way, but good. Always reminding yourself to trust in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If you don't, you can try it on your own and see what happens. I switch in between both, panicking and trusting in God. That's how I spend most of my days. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I tried a new teeth whitener. It seems to be working. It seems to be working. I'm trying to hold on to my teeth because I'm in my 50s. Oh. I have a friend who every time I talk to her on FaceTime, I'm constantly like looking at my face like, oh my God, I never really get a chance. She's like, would you stop? So this is for you, T. Listen, if you are new to the channel, this is We've Outgrown the Game, which is a podcast specifically for minority women looking to build their sovereign encore. So what does your life look like after your corporate career, after 50? And that's what I spend most of my content talking about. That's where I spend most of my time in that realm because, I have an ebook. I've launched a few things. That's where I feel most comfortable. Can I tell you that I made this? I took up knitting last year or in 2023. I can't remember. And I was just knitting just to practice the technique. And I don't know what it is, but right now it sits on my desk and I put my arms on it. It's an arm sitter, holder, rester. I don't know. Maybe people will buy anything, so maybe I will sell desk armresters or nap things because it's super soft and you could just take a nap on your desk on this. Stay focused. Anywho, things are well, and I hope things are well with you. I hope that you are continuing to practice your grounding techniques. So again, mine is morning qigong and meditation and a walk. I have a dog, so I have to go on a walk, but those three things I do every morning. I had honestly fallen off from meditating a little bit, and it 100% was felt and shown in that's when I got back into the panicking, is because I put down the meditation and picked up panic, what? No, you're supposed to put down panic and pick up meditation. So I have picked back up meditation and put down panic, and in the morning it shows. I was waking up. If you are part of the We've Outgrown the Game community on my Substack, which is creator.af50 is the brand. The community is We've Outgrown the Game. If you follow me or have subscribed to me on Substack, then you know that November, December, January, I've spoken about just the sheer panic I have been feeling. And it was because I did not stay consistent with my grounding work. And it really shows. And when I pick it back up, I instantly feel better. I don't know if it's like my brain telling me that I instantly feel better or if it's actually working, but who gives a shit? I wake up feeling much better. I go to bed feeling much better. My brain doesn't. What is going on with this fucking. Is this my. Anyways. Oh, that's a look. That's kind of a more... Anyway, stay focused, little girl. Today's not about anything. Today is just me making a video because I haven't made one in a while and I wanted to get one out. I was looking as I had a phone interview this morning. No, I had a phone screening this morning, which was very strange. It was fine, but it was weird. Like, I'm in this place where I have 20 plus years in corporate America. Doing pretty good, like doing really well for myself, right? Running teams, running departments, having a good time, being pretty successful. I even was asked like last year and the year before that to come back and help freelance with a really dear friend of mine at another big agency while she was making a transition from her former job to the current job. And so people still trust me. Like it's great. It's wonderful. And I don't want to. I think I said in one of my podcasts. So again, if you go onto Substack and my channel is creator.af50, you will see all of my articles, all of my podcasts, all of my notes. They're all there. It's my site. It's where I kind of brain dump all my stuff. So I don't want to spend too much time speaking just about my former life. I do want to spend time focusing forward on me building my sovereign encore. So in addition to me instructing you all how to build your sovereign encore, I'm also building mine. And I made a comment a few weeks ago that I was going to pivot from spending so much time talking about my time in advertising, even though it's great and it's my favorite subject and I could talk about it forever. I do want to spend more time being a little bit more personal and being a little bit more vulnerable with you, because I feel like a lot of us, for me, in our 50s, women who are post-corporate and figuring it out, there are a lot of vulnerabilities that I don't speak about. And I'm like, well, what in the world? Why am I going to get on a platform, multiple platforms, YouTube, Substack, Spotify, and speak from a place of authority without showing vulnerability? That doesn't make sense to me. That seems kind of silly. And it also seems like something that a fake bitch would do. Oh, I don't use that word. Fun fact, if you ask any of my really close friends, I do not use that word. I don't like it, but I just used it. So maybe I do like it. Anyways, I said I was going to spend more time being more vulnerable and actually telling you where I am. So anyways, I had a call this morning and it was a phone screening and it was with a very reputable, one of the big four, three, I think it's three, one of the big three telecommunication companies out there. And it was me and the young lady and then another person so she was screening both of us at the same time. And I was like, first of all, what in the actual fuck is happening? This is weird, but okay. I was the only person with my camera on. The other girl, the person doing the screening, the young lady, I should call her, doing the screening, had her camera on. But the other person in the screening did not. And I was like, this is some bullshit. Halfway through the screening, she's asking us questions. I'm answering. The other young lady's answering. She's asking questions. She's kind of like making notes to see who she's going to put forward and who's really, truly interested. And the young lady goes, I have a question. Is this door-to-door sales? That is not the job I applied for. Door-to-door sales. In our year of our Lord and Savior in 2026, in my mind, I'm in 2027, but in our year in Lord of 2026, we're still doing door-to-door. Who is... Gather your thoughts. Who's answering the door for someone selling something? What? Who's selling stuff door to door? Who's buying stuff door to door? What the halfway through the call. But when people reach out to me, be like, oh, hey, are you actually looking for a job? And I'm like, okay, listen. When they say you need 2 years of severance, you really do need 2 years of severance, because I have managed to blow through mine. I mean, not severance. Oh, Jesus Christ. When you need 2 years of savings, severance also can be included in that. But if you got 2 solid years of money to keep you afloat, I didn't have quite 2 years, but I've blown through the money that I had, but not in a bad way. I didn't travel. I mean, I did travel. I didn't like rent car. Wait, I did rent cars. Some of my best life. Okay, I digress. I did not do frivolous shit with my money, right? Like I actually did. I paid my mortgage, paid things, life. I paid for life with my savings. When they say you need it, you do. You really do. You need that cushion. So if you don't have it, start building it. And how do you start building it? Little by little. And it doesn't always have to be just money in the bank. It could be investments. It can be money in your 401k. It could be your life insurance policy. Like I had squirred away so much stuff that for 2 years I haven't worked and I've been slightly okay. But nothing major has happened yet. So I say all that to say, in the midst of finding myself in Encore, I am actually actively looking for a way to have money coming in. I have bills to pay. I have food to buy. I have, even though I am married, my husband doesn't carry this entire load on himself, right? Like I mean, my second husband will be rich, so he will carry the whole load on himself. My current husband is not. Kidding. I'm not kidding. But, anywho, so I just want to also I think I'm going to start a series about all the creepy, crazy shit that happens when you are looking for a job, because there is some weird shit out there. Let me tell you something. I have a grocery store right near me that I love. It is my favorite grocery store. I go into this grocery store just to hang out because I love it. It's almost like, I won't tell you what it is, and if I have told you, erase it because then you'll know where I live. But it is almost like a huge farmer's market. Like anything you could possibly think of, this grocery store has. When I say I'm talking anything. You name it, they have it. You name it, they have it. It's not your regular Safeway. It's not your regular, right? It's pretty expensive. It's kind of bougie, right? But not in a bougie kind of like Whole Foods bougie way. It's not bougie that way. It's bougie in the way that it's bourgeois, in a way that you can literally get anything there. And they also make a lot of stuff. So they make their own. They have a whole bulk section, which it's just lentils, pasta, nuts, roasted peanut butter, almond butter, pecan butter. Like they make all that stuff themselves. It's really great. It's like a indoor farmer's market. So I was like, okay, you know what? Just get a job. Just get a job there. You can pay your cell phone bill. You can pay the little piddly bills that you need to pay on a regular basis while you're growing your business and doing this. Oh, I might have a speaking engagement coming up, so that's a whole nother thing. But stay tuned. This young lady reached out to me and was like, hey, I love what you're doing. I love your content. We're hosting this speaking thing. Would you be interested? And I was like, absolutely. She's like, fill out this application. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. I also, I'm going to get back to the other story. I do a lot of this, so bear with me. I also filled out a application for an events company because I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. Now I'm just filling out applications for interesting shit. It was for the Super Bowl. And now that I know, so it was for a non-security role at the Super Bowl. And now that I've seen the Super Bowl halftime, I couldn't have been a sugarcane bush because I wasn't tall enough. The height was 5'7". I am not 5'7". But it would have been the third highlight of my life. So like having my daughter, growing up in Europe, having my daughter, and being a sugarcane during the Benito Love Bowl festival, highlight of my life. I didn't get it. They wrote me like literally a couple days before the Super Bowl saying like, oh, sorry, the NFL took a very long time to approve a lot of the credentials. So, the Super Bowl's like 2 days. So obviously the people who didn't approve, we didn't move forward, which I was like, cool. But I could have been like not a sugarcane bush, but I could have been one of the people dragging the sugarcane onto the field. Anyways, keep trying. They were like, reply back because there's so much happening in your area. FIFA's coming here too, so that's a whole nother thing. And the Olympics. I live in California. I can tell you that I live in California, and the Olympics. As you can see from the short sleeve and the sunshine. Don't hate East Coast. I still love y'all. So I went to the interview at this said grocery store. I'm like, I got this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be great. Do you know I did not get that job at the grocery store? First of all, the lady was like, great. I had a great interview. And that lady had been there for 17 years. I'd also spoke to one of the cashiers. She'd been there for 10 years. So people get into this grocery store and do not leave. Apparently, it's a great place to work. Okay. So then she was like, oh, you're going to get like an email or call from the person you would directly be working with. Never heard from them. So I didn't get the job at the grocery store. Okay. And this is where it comes into where it's like, okay, well, God, Jesus, our Lord and Savior, you didn't want me to get that job because you have something better coming along. Which I believe. I truly believe. I've gotten to like the final round in autonomous, at this really well-known autonomous driving company here in the Bay Area. I know it sounds weird to be like, you want a job driving autonomous cars? Don't they drive themselves? They do, but they need somebody to like write and help with all the shit that they could possibly not kill kill people with these cars. So there's that. Oh, I did pick up a gig at this amazing company that you train AI. So you write prompts and rubrics to failure to get AI to identify large language models, LLMs, failures, which is really fun. My first one I got $300 for it. I was like, that's cool. And I'm also learning how to write rubrics and golden responses and prompts. And listen, when you stop learning, that is when you become extinct and obsolete. I'm also learning Korean. Why am I learning Korean? Again, like I said earlier, none of your business. You will see very soon why I'm learning Korean. But yeah, I say all this to say, as a woman who is 50, you're finding yourself an encore. You know, you've been bounced out of corporate and you're like, what do I do now? Do I go get a job at a grocery store? Do I go drive autonomous cars? Do I work with large language models? What do I do? I still write articles on a weekly basis. I still do my podcasts. I'm back to doing my YouTube videos. What do I do? Well, I'll tell you I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what I'm doing. And I can tell you that I'm having fun doing it. I can tell you that every now and then I wake up fully panicked. Like, ugh. I do. I really do. Does the person I'm married to think that I've completely lost my mind? He does. Does my dad call me every day? Thank the Lord, my parents are still alive. Does my dad call me once or twice a month and asks me, have you gotten a job? Does my dad send me texts randomly? Have you gotten a job? Yes, he does. My dad's a boomer, so. But you know what? We have this one life. And I spent the majority of it in corporate. And I had a great time doing it. Now I'm building my sovereign encore. What does that look like? Do I have the ability to exceed my corporate income, which was pretty fucking good? Do I have the ability with this noodle, this adorable face, this very healthy body, which by the way, I'm like almost at my goal weight without any effort because I told my body, we're done. I don't talk to it mean. I do Qigong every morning, which by the way, I actually think Qigong is helping me more than I know. I thought it was just helping my nervous system calm down, but look at these arms. I don't have I have a little bit of a bat wing. I don't really have bat wings. I need some sun. Can we talk about that? Which is weird because I live in California. My whole shit I have a shirt on underneath this, which is probably why it looks bouncy. This is like a small, my whole shit is shaped. Look at this. Look at that. What are we doing? It's Qigong. It's Qigong and it's water. Not as much water as it needs to be, though. I need to drink more water. That's one on my list because my skin is getting a little blotchy. Okay, I'm rambling now. I will be back with more updates. I started going to church again. I know, right? What? Church? The Catholics. I know. I'm back with them. I'm back with the Black Catholics, by the way. I go to a Black Catholic church. I didn't even know I have been on God's earth for 50 years, and I did not know that Black Catholics existed. Like an entire diocese. Learn something new every day. So I'm back with the Catholics. But I'm doing things that make me feel good. And that is our only job here on this earth. Our Lord and Savior said a few things. He said, be still and know that I am God. And I interpret that as meditation. Jesus Christ, when I sit to meditate, it is my time to spend with God. Ask and then let it go. Ask God for what you want and let it go. If you, God, universe, Yahweh, Jehovah, whoever, ask and then let it go. Don't ask. God didn't say ask and worry or ask and try to figure it out. He said ask and let it go. I saw something else that said, I don't know how many times it is in the Bible, but over, I don't know. The most written statement in the Bible is, do not be afraid. So don't be afraid. And I haven't turned into some Bible beating Jesus freak religious cult person. I'm not going to do that. But one of my friends said to me the other day that we were going on a hike, and he said that his dad told him one day, you will come back to church. You will need it. One day it will resurface in your life. And him and I are kind of both in the same boat. I mean, I'm a black woman and he's a gay man, and he's 20 years younger than me. That's besides the point. But we're both Virgos. Born on the same week, too. This is pretty amazing. He is right. I do need the church. I look forward to going to church on Sunday. I really do. And can I tell you, I have been making it to the 8 o'clock. I didn't make it to the 8 o'clock last Sunday for some strange reason, which was okay because the 10:30 was so good. Not that I would know what the 8 was, but the 10:30 was so good. There is a woman. Okay, first of all, again, I live in California, and there is a woman that goes to my church, an older woman. This woman, an older, very, very fair-skinned, passing black woman. She's a passing black woman. If you weren't black, you wouldn't know she was black, but she is. Blue eyes, but gray hair, but you can tell she's a black woman. Anyways, this has nothing to do with anything. Although she goes to a black church, so I was like, yeah, she is. She gives me the best friggin' hugs. So in Catholic Church, in Catholicism, there's a point where you give peace. You go around and you hug people, you give them a handshake, and you say, peace be with you. Peace be with you. So you go around and you give everybody peace. I look for her. I'm like, pop, 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 pop. I don't think she goes to the 10:30. She wasn't in the 10:30 last Sunday, which was the first Sunday of Lent. But she does go to the 8. So I make it a point to go to the 8 just so I can get a hug from her. These hugs feel like she's like an aunt giving me a hug. Like an aunt giving me a hug. And they're the best. She doesn't give you a handshake, peace be with you. She gives you a big ass hug. And I go there at 8 o'clock just to get hugs from her. I need to find out her name so I can tell her this one day. But yeah. That's it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm a little hungry. It's going on 4 o'clock where I live and on the left coast. And I'm gonna go get some lunch. Go fix some lunch. I think I'm feeling, oh my goodness, let me tell y'all. I have discovered, which I'm probably a little late to this game, which is okay. I have discovered carrot salad, the viral carrot salad that was on Instagram and YouTube, where you take a speed peeler and you peel your carrots into these ribbons. And then it's soy sauce, green onions, not sesame seeds. Yeah, sesame seeds. I actually have tuxedo sesame seeds, a little maple syrup or a little honey. Did I say soy sauce? Soy sauce, if I didn't say soy sauce. And sesame oil and rice wine vinegar. Now, the first time you make it like you follow the recipe really well, and you'll get it. It'll be like, oh, this is really good. I have perfected it now. I don't even need the recipe. Like, I don't even need the recipe. I just to taste. So then I'll make one. Oh, and you put a little salt on it to macerate. You put the salt on it first to macerate the carrot ribbons. So they're they start to soften up. And then you put everything else in, and then you just put it in the fridge. And you let it sit in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour, whatever, so it's nice and cold. Oh, my God. The thing is that I make this salad, and then I eat it the whole time I'm making it. So then when I go to eat it, I don't have any left, which is ridiculous. So I'd be like, why don't I just get a bag of carrots, make the salad, then eat it? It's impossible. It's impossible. I cannot do it. I eat it while I'm making it because I'm like, oh, let me taste it. And then it's good. And then I just eat it. And then when I go to have dinner, I don't have anything left. Or I'm here in my little office and I'm working. writing my articles, filming videos, doing whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I'm starving. I'll go downstairs and I'll eat it. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to eat the second half that I made for dinner. So I haven't figured out how to not eat all of the carrot salad as I have made the carrot salad. So I think if I trick myself by making a carrot salad and eating it and then making another one and not eating it. I'm going to try to trick myself today to do that. I only have one bag of carrots. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. I also tried to make this with cucumbers. It didn't really work. It wasn't the same. It didn't work. It didn't have the same. The carrots are just... Also, the young lady a recipe that I actually followed, she was like, oh, eat your retinol. And I was like, oh, okay, I could do that. I could eat my retinol. And I've been doing it for weeks now. Now, mind you, don't mind a few little hyperpigmentations that I have here, because, ladies, if you're not a lady and this doesn't freak you out, you can stay. If not, you can click on to another video. I'm a woman of a certain age, 50. I don't know why I said a woman of a certain age. You know how old I am. And the monthly lady friend of mine who showed up when I was like 16, 17 maybe. She was a late bloomer, so maybe she's going to go away late. Like, she didn't show up when I was like 12. She showed up, I was pretty late. I was in high school when she showed up. So maybe not 16, maybe 15. Maybe 15. She showed up pretty late. I'm trying to think, did I have my period when I played soccer and when I swam? I don't think so. So I played soccer and I swam, so I think she came a little late. I did a lot of physical activity as children. So I want to say probably by 15 she was definitely there. So maybe she'll leave a little later. But she's showing up for work every month like it's her. Like, she's just showing up every month. Like, hi, we're here. Like we're gonna reproduce another human. Why are you still here? Why are you harassing me? She's like Mother Nature on the East Coast right now. Every month she shows up. And not only that, she shows up for a duration time that she was showing up when I was 15. So, okay, it's just she shows up for 2 or 3 days. I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. I can tolerate that. No. Homegirl is here in it to win it. Homegirl is in it to fucking win it. It's day 6. Why are you still here? Everyone keeps saying means you're healthy. And listen, I am a very healthy person. Although, fun fact, at my church, I was like, oh, I'll go for the hypertension screening. I don't have hypertension. I've never had hypertension. There's no way. Fun fact, yes, the fuck I did. My blood pressure was like 141/89. I was like, I'm sorry, take that again. And she took it again and it went down like 140. I'm like, what the extra fuck are we doing? I think it's because I walked out of the building and I walked back. Maybe I had walked and gotten myself, but I didn't walk that much. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I started, so we have a blood pressure cuff in our home. So I took the blood pressure cuff. Only half of the screen is working. I did take it. I did end up taking it, and it's fine. It's back to normal. I went and looked at my physical. I get a physical every year. I went and looked at my physical last year. My blood pressure was 117/70. Low. Like, it's typically low. 120/80 is what you want. Is perfect. Mine was like 117/78 or 79 or something like that. That's why I was like, there's not a chance in the fuck that in a year I have done anything different. In fact, I've done the opposite. I might be a little stressed because I'm not working and bringing in consistent income. Maybe that's stressing me out, but I need to calm the fuck down, because I will not be taken out by my blood pressure. I can promise you. That's not going to happen. Nope. No. Unsubscribe. Blood pressure. Unfucking subscribe. But that was just a fun fact. But I was like, let's get back into meditation. Let's get back into Qigong in the morning, because we will not because stress will take you down. Stress will take you down quicker than you know. So I guess I've been a little stressed. I'm like, oh no. What I hear is we need to start microdosing every morning. Just a little something to take off the edge. What is that in my hair? Is that a gray hair? Mind you, 50, one or two grays. They try me. Every once in a while, they do try me. And I let them know quickly that this is not, you don't want this kind of smoke. We're not dyeing our hair. There's if I remember on my next video, I will find the recipe for homemade shampoo using soap nuts and fenugreek. And it actually keeps your hair from graying. So I need to actually probably go make another batch of homemade shampoo. And I put rice water in my homemade shampoo. So yeah, and soap nuts are just that. They actually foam up and make a lather like soap. And you have to boil them. It's a whole thing. It doesn't take too long, but you can boil them or whatever. I used to make my homemade shampoo all the time and use it on a regular basis, and loved it, and don't know why I stopped. I have a whole thing of soap nuts that I ordered off of the internet from China, and I'm going to do that again. So if I find the recipe, I need to find the recipe because I don't remember how to make it. When I find the recipe, I will link it in one of my videos so we can keep our hair nice and dark without dyeing it. Because who's dyeing their hair in our year of our Lord of 2026? Oh, I keep saying I'm going to go, but I did want to say one other thing. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio is and has quickly become my new favorite human being on earth. Now, mind you, in 2019, maybe 2020, I started like, okay, all right, who's this Bad Bunny? And I saw him, and he was going through his shaved head Elton John era, and I'm like, oh, he's adorable. He's a cute little kid. His music is fun. Like, okay, not my genre, not for me, right? And no reason, not that I love all music. Not that I felt any kind of way about him. That he was in his 20s then, and like, whatever. He's 31 now. That Benito Bowl Love Fest that happened during that sports event, I know all those football players showed up at that Benito Bowl concert. So I'm not kidding you when I say this. I wept for 12 days. I watched it I watched it again last night and wept again. I watched it for 12 days straight. I went down the Benito rabbit hole. I now have listened to every single album he has ever made. And I remember him performing with Shakira at the Super Bowl. I remember him performing with Jennifer Lopez at the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh my God, I've known this young man. He's been on my radar, but not really on my radar. I speak probably 2 licks of Spanish. I have seen someone, and I hope the outcome is not the same, but I have seen a couple of Latinos compare what he did based on what's happening in this country, what he did as equivalent. And I didn't say this, but I'm not saying that they're wrong. As the equivalent to the I Have a Dream speech on the Washington Mall that Dr. King did for Black people is what the Benito Bowl at the Super Bowl did for Latinos. And I don't disagree with them, because what's happening in the United States right now is the equivalent to me of what was happening when Dr. King made that speech on the mall in Washington. The nature in which Latinos and white people too, like the people who are even allying with Latinos, Black and white, are also being killed in the streets by ICE. People are they're breaking into, they're going into restaurants, they're going into graduations. They're going to proms, hunting people like they were lynching my ancestors and lynching my people back in the day. The government the United States government. So what Benito did for me and everyone else, I'm a black person. Sorry, I'm not a brown person. I am a black person. My ancestors come from, and actually, I have to tell you, I could honestly tell you, I have no idea where my ancestors come from. I have stories, but you know how boomer parents, honestly, I don't really know. I couldn't be like, oh, I'm this, that, and that. No, I'm XYZ. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. When I take this string cheese hair down of mine, it's thick in one place, it's super straight in another, which you could be like, oh, it's heat damage. Okay, maybe. But it's curly in the back, it's stringy on the sides, it's very interesting. When it's humid outside, one underneath it's like poofy, the top is straight. One day I'll do one of these. When I pull out my hair and I talk to my ancestors, I'll pull out and lift up my hair, and there's 4 different groups of people in there. I don't even know where half of them come from. I don't know where they come from, and I would like to learn where they come from. And I will have to tell you that the Bonito Bowl inspired me to really go and find out who these people are. I'm hoping that some of them are Puerto Rican. I doubt it, but I'm hoping that they are. There was rumors that my dad's ancestors are from Panama, but I don't really know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm dark enough to be a Panamanian, although Panamanians come in all colors. I have this line on my forehead that's bothering me. Anyways, the Bonito Bowl, I don't want to call it the Bonito Love Movement is what I'm referring to it as. I texted one of my Boricua friends and I was like, oh, he broke me. And she was like, no, he didn't break you. He freed you. And I'm like, oh, he did. He reached into my soul, pulled out some blockages, and the tears just flowed. Tears of joy flowed. And I have to tell you, I have not felt that level of joy by a brown man on screen since President Obama was elected. And I'm dead ass. I have not felt that level of joy, pure tears of joy, since President Barack Obama was elected. Barack Hussein Obama was elected. So I was watching something today that was like, the person is a Gen X like me, was saying, oh, I don't think people understand the level at which Michael Jackson was famous. Like, Jesus Christ, Michael Jackson, and that's it. And no one's been as famous since. I'm hoping and catapulting Bad Bunny to be Jesus Christ, Michael Jackson, and Bad Bunny. That's what I would like to see happen. Because he seems like such a good soul. I hope he's on a dirtbag. And I also hope he doesn't end like most super famous people get. The good ones, the ones we keep getting left with, the orange turds. And the pedophiles, those ones don't seem to go anywhere. But the really good, solid ones, they seem to unalive a little earlier than we'd like them to. So I'm not putting this on Benito, but I want his spread of love to continue because it felt good. And I felt seen and heard as a Black woman. And my new favorite pastime is watching other cultures watch the halftime show. So I've watched a couple times. I've watched this Korean young lady and her mom, this Chinese family watch it. I've watched a Jewish family watch it, like Hasidic Jews watch it. I've watched a Chinese family watch it. I've watched an Indian family, like a Pakistani family, watch it together. And I've seen a couple of Muslim people react to it, all positive. Everything is positive. I've watched people in Australia and New Zealand. If you go onto YouTube, you can just input in Benito halftime show reactions. And my other favorite thing was watching white people discover culture. I got off that quickly. I love now watching other cultures discover culture. It's so amazing. But it's a good time to be alive. We're going to do this together. This is my first video of the year, so it's kind of all over the place. It's not scripted. I don't care. I just wanted to get back in the habit of doing a video because I've kind of fallen off, and YouTube is kind of probably thinks I'm a bot, and my algorithm is trash. But it's okay. I do want to leave you with this. Do the things that bring you joy. Do the things that you need to do. Okay? I need to find income. I need to grow my business. I'm growing my business. I'm searching for income. I'm doing the things that bring me joy. After you do all of this, the things that you have to do, whatever, do something that brings you joy. Learn a new language. You're not working right now. Take 2 hours out of your day and study a new language. Because you know what you can do? This time next year, you can teach a language. I could move to Korea and teach English. Because I understand Korean. I could become a Korean. I could go be an American ambassador in Korea. Because I now speak Korean. You never know. Just pick a language. And the reason I picked Korean is because I've been to Korea twice. My dad used to live there. Did I go there twice or once? I can't remember. I've been to Korea. My dad used to live there. It's a beautiful country. It's cold. Oof. When I was in college, my dad lived in Korea. So I would go during Christmas break, which is winter. It's cold and snowy there. I do not advise you to go to Korea in the wintertime, although it's fine. But it's cold. But if you've ever wanted to learn French or just pick a language, and if you don't like it, pick another one. French, German, Arabic, Farsi, Spanish, Latin, Portuguese, Swahili, Wolof. There's so many languages out there you could learn. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, well, you should be learning Spanish because, no. Well, once I learn Korean, I could definitely learn Spanish. I do know a couple of Spanish words. I speak two licks of Spanish. People are like, I don't speak a lick. I speak 2 licks. Poor little Taquila in me, I speak even more. But pick a language, because a year from now, you can leverage that language to completely change your life. While you're not working, pick a language. While you're not working, learn AI. Don't just ChatGPT. And stop using ChatGPT. And I don't use ChatGPT. I'm a Gemini girl. But use these large language models. I also use I use Notebook. LM Notebook? Whatever it's called. I use Notebook. I use Notion. I use a couple of other ones, but Gemini is my go-to. Gemini, I set up gems. I build gems in Gemini that keep me on track for things that I need to do. Stop using AI like Google. Just go to Google. Even though Google has now turned on their AI function, so you're kind of using Google that way, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But in this free time, when I first started on this journey, I was like, okay, I'm going to put together an ebook, which I did. It's on my Substack if you're interested in buying it. It's your guide to your sovereign encore. It's probably about 30 pages. It's a pretty quick read, but it A, teaches you how to reset your nervous system, and B, teaches you how to position yourself as a consultant and put together a package so you can then take all of your years of expertise of corporate and go and contact HRs, if you were in the HR space, CFOs, CEOs, talent managers, whatever you were doing in corporate, this Sovereign Encore framework will teach you how to package that and leverage it to go work with corporate clients. Okay. I'm choosing not to do that, but I have done it. I was a consultant and a freelancer for a very long time. Since I moved to California. The pandemic hit. I moved here to work at Airbnb, so that went to shit real quick. And then I freelanced for like a year and a half, bought this house freelancing. And I'm like, okay, go back to freelance. Well, things have changed a little bit. The job market is now completely, the job market is a little wonky right now. And I've launched my business. So I've launched Creator.AF50, and that's what my focus is on. Here's the videos that I'm, posting, my podcast, my articles that I write. That's what my focus is. My acquiring or securing income is to pay bills. That's it. That's not going to be something that I'm going to go back into. Could I go back into corporate and do the consulting? Absolutely. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe. As long as it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. But as my husband keeps saying, you might need to interfere because you need to pay your bills. Anywho, oh, one other thing happened. I may have spoken about it. I may not have. This young man. Oh, I need to actually reach back out to him. He reached out to me from the UK. He was like, "I found your page. I found your LinkedIn, and I wanted to reach out because I find what you were talking about super interesting." And I'm like, we hopped on a call. I was like, let's hop on a call. Stop asking. He was asking me all these things about my framework. And I was like, listen, let's actually hop on a call and talk to each other like two normal human beings. We hopped on a Zoom or a Teams or whatever the fuck it was, Google Meet, I think it was. We were talking for like 30, 45 minutes. Like we had known each other forever. And it was such a good call. We agreed to check back in February. So I'm going to actually check back in with him and be like, hey, do you still want to check in? Not to keep each other accountable, but maybe it'll turn into keeping each other accountable. And maybe it'll turn into him and I working together. Maybe him and I are going to do, who knows, a podcast. Maybe we'll do a summit together. Maybe we'll do, who knows where this will come. What will come out of this. But what I will tell you is take in everything. Take in a lot of things because you never know. You never know. Like I hopped on that weird call this morning, but you never know. I hopped on the call with that guy because you never know. You never know. Apply for, the weird thing at the event company because you never know. You could end up being sugarcane at the beginning of a love fest. Do the things, have fun. Listen, I'm going to also tell you something too. So my channel will continue to be for us ladies in our us minority ladies in our 50s trying to figure it out. Not trying, figuring it out, building our sovereign encore. But it also, I wanted to pivot to stuff that's more fun. That's more my personality as well. I will Salt Bay in a little bit of the framework. And if you really want that kind of content, I will do those videos as well. But I will also continue to direct you to my Substack. Okay? So with that said, I'm starving. And please be kind to yourself. More than anything, be kind to yourself. If you need to take some time to rest. If you need to hustle and grind, but do it in the space of a time frame. Give yourself 2 hours a day to hustle and grind, 2 hours a day to have some fun, 2 hours a day to scroll the internet and find all kinds of shit. 2 hours a day to scroll the fucking internet or Instagram or TikTok or whatever you do. 2 hours a day to learn a new recipe, 2 hours a day to learn how to bake. I'm going to go, probably not today, maybe tomorrow. I've bought all the ingredients to make cheddar jalapeno bagels. So there's a coffee shop by me who sells this cheddar jalapeno bagel. When I get my coffee and I get my bagel, it's $11, which, okay, it's fine. $11 every day. We don't want to do that, right? We want to be cautious and mindful of how and where our money energy flows. My toxic trait, which is my positive trait, because I'm changing the language. My positive trait is that I can do that. In my mind, no, I can do everything. I can do that. I can make that. So I went yesterday when I went grocery shopping. I bought jalapenos and I bought cheddar. And I make bagels. If you go into my Instagram, which is not related to creator.af50, but my personal Instagram, I make bagels. I have made bagels. I bake stuff. I make biscuits. Ooh, maybe I can make cheddar jalapeno biscuits. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Biscuits are a lot easier to make than bagels, believe it or not. So yeah, cheddar jalapeno biscuits. God, use your noodle. Anyways, I will leave you with this. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to yourself. Give your time and yourself, give yourself space and time and grace, because that's all you can do. What's really important is how you feel. How you show up for yourself and how you feel is the most important thing in this time, in this space when you're crafting your sovereign encore. How you feel in your body and how you feel in your mind is the most important thing. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And when you say, I'm not doing that because I don't want to do it, I don't feel like doing it, don't do it. Don't do it. Do stuff that you want to do. You're in your 50s. The time of I got to do this because I have to do it should be over. Your kids, if you have them, should be grown. Your husband, if you have one, or your wife, if you have one, if your partner, if you have one, the only thing you should be taking, in my personal opinion, because I'm telling you right now, what's about to happen to us, which we're in the sandwich generation, what's about to happen to us is for me, as a woman who's 50, kid is about to turn 30 this year. That chick is getting old. Kid is about to turn 30. mom and dad are going to be 79 this year, 78, 79. So between your kid turning 30 and your parents almost turning 80 and you being 50, what's going to happen is this time that you have, which you were free, because neither one of my parents are sick or shut in, they're doing very well. Do what you want to do. You gotta capitalize on this, because before you know it, they're gonna be 80, they're gonna be 90, you're gonna have to be with them, which is totally fine. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, you have this time. Use it wisely. If you got married and had kids, or had kids, whatever. I wasn't married when I had a kid. When I had a kid in my 20s, my early 20s, I had a kid. So from that to she went to college was all my daughter. It was me too. It was my daughter and my career. Okay. Then she went to college. Then I got into a serious relationship. Then I got married. So now it's just my husband in my career. That's what it was. Then the world fell off its axis and COVID happened. My career started to my career foundation started to have cracks in it, right? Which I have to say, I did not take the time to notice those cracks. Which I could have moved back home and got a job and it would have been fine. I could have went right back to advertising, but I didn't want to do that. So now I'm in this place where I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to grow. I want to launch and grow a business. If I could run departments, profitable departments, I can launch and run my own business and generate income and be successful. So that's where I am. But I can also learn how to bake bagels. I can also learn Korean. I could also make more coasters. I'm also a rug maker. I make coasters, by the way. These are the 3 I have left. I'm going to make some more. I make coasters out of rugs. I make all kinds of things. I make rugs. I'm also a fine arts major. So that's probably where my art kicks in from. Like, I was a fine arts major in college. But I make all kinds of things. I fill my time with doing shit that brings me joy. And you should too. So this time I'm really going, because my video is way too long. Please be kind to yourself for the 4th time. Please be kind to others. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.